So outside line we know has been good. What can Molly Taylor do? Wait from the line, watch for the hyperdrives. They all use them straight away. Pretty good traction. It is that outside line again. Taylor's got to shut the door as much as she possibly can. Big squeeze. Oh, backwards. Launch and over. KMS after contact with their teammates. Over from three on to four wheels again. I'm pretty sure the car's broken. So they're out immediately, so KMS roll off to the side of the track. That's Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski, she will be okay. Out front, Taylor leads. And in P2, it is Team Hansen. We lost a fourth, where's the even car? Is that broken too? So Hozos maybe at a standstill in the first corner. That's a shocker. It's not what we were looking for. It's not what we were thinking. Katie backed out of that squeeze on the run to turn one, Laura, and then it all kicked off.
It did, yeah. What on earth happened to Team Even as well? They're down there. We don't know where Team Even are. Jamil Motorsport, they're out in front, clear of all of the chaos and the carnage behind. We hope Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski's okay after that one, rolling right round onto the four wheels once again from the roof. It's not how KMS will have wanted to see out Extreme E. Yellow slow zone then introduced to this grand final, two-car final it is.
All that build-up, I was really hoping for an absolute banger of a final, and instead it ended up being a banger race in turn one. But racing incident for me, as I say, it's slippery in there. It's disappointing, isn't it, for those drivers?
Jamil Motorsport, fully Saudi Arabian-backed team as well. So after yesterday, after Molly's roll, after not being able to take part, of course, in the grand final, to be able to progress through, Claire Schoenbrunn stepping in, this would be quite the answer to that, wouldn't it? It is under investigation, what we saw there as we entered the switch zone with these two cars left fighting here for the last ever grand final victory in Extreme E here at the Desert X Prix.
Out front into the lead in theory, Jamil Motorsport, and it should be immediately released. It is. It could not be closer. Let's hope this one goes all the way to the flag. He's going to risk it over the jump, not too much on this lap. Look at the rotation on the way, and Kevin got lovely rotation, Andreas too. Then you want to run the car out and use that bank on the outside. A little jump and a hop into the left-hander, up over the bedrock. What a great track. Molly Taylor looks, well, is she nervous or not? I reckon she is. She wants the win. She ended yesterday, like we said, in a sling. She might end today on the top step of the podium. Would be incredible if she does.
I feel Molly Taylor's pretty ice cold at times, but she did look a little bit tense there, didn't she, waiting. Look, her job's done. She did the best she could. She did what she had to do. Hands over to Kevin Hansen. I'd imagine the feeling now is worse, watching someone else having to bring it home rather than being...
There's Katie.
Yeah, in control of your own destiny.
Katie tells us what the real emotions are. Yeah, Molly might be feeling ice cold. Katie's always got her emotions on her sleeve, hasn't she? And she is definitely nervous. But at the minute, the gap is going up. So Kevin Hansen is extending the gap out to 3.5 seconds. It's gone up by another 0.3 in that last sector.
Backward holding on to it to perhaps use it in a different part of this course. Another way he can eke out any sort of advantage back. But the gaps,
though, has it? I think that was the best place to use it. Oh, no! Kevin was late on the brakes. I think Kevin's missed the waypoint marker. I think Kevin's gone too late on the brakes. He's gone past the flag. I'm sure of it, Laura. He was still on the brakes when he passed the even machine. So that might mean a 5-second penalty. We think a bigger penalty, so he may get a big penalty for that. Backwards a long way back, but he might well be. Oh, no. So now Kevin's got to go as fast as he possibly can in case they get a penalty afterwards. What a story then as we come round to the final couple of corners. Kevin Hansen going to chuck it into the right-hander. Yesterday they ended with that car rolled into a ball, and today they've got the job done. Molly Taylor and Kevin Hansen take the win, but with the penalties, will it be enough? Or will it go the way of Andreas Bakkerud and Katie Munnings? If it does, it will be a first ever win for Bakkerud in Extreme E and for the Hansen team that he's driving for as well. Confirmed result from race control. The penalties have been applied and Team Hansen are the winners. So Team Hansen have taken the final ever race win in Extreme E. It is a first ever victory after a first ever podium for Team Hansen yesterday. It is a first ever win for Andreas Bakkerud in Extreme E, a second win for Katie Munning.
Well, after all penalties have been applied and the stewards have deliberated, this is how the grand final shapes up. Team Even in fourth place, a DNF for them. A DNF as well for Kristoffersen Motorsport. P2, after all, for Jamil Motorsport. And the win, the last ever in Extreme E, goes to Team Hansen, Katie Munnings and Andreas Bakkerud.
A Norwegian and a Brit up on the top step. Andreas Bakkerud takes his first ever Extreme E victory. 13 attempts it took him to get to the podium. That's his race number. 14 attempts to get to the top step. So 2 podiums in 2 days. That's a pretty good start with Team Hansen, who I say have been his arch rivals for most of his career.